Happy Monday morning, Rock Hill. This is Pastor Kyle with the Monday morning sermon recap. Yesterday, we finished our 4-week Faith at Work series um, on how we integrate our faith into our work and how to do so specifically. Just want to let you know that the Faith at Work conference is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Catering by the Duluth Grill. Come and hear from some awesome business leaders like Gary Doty and Judd Sellon and Kevin Boren and Darren Danielson and Krista Harju and Carrie Boren and Bo Walsh and a few others, as they just talk real practically in kind of a TED Talk format of how they integrate their faith into their job. We finished the series this week by talking about Sabbath. You can't talk about work without also talking about rest. And so we looked at God's command to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy and how we can practically live that out. And so what we realized is that there's a tendency in all of us to either be overly legalistic or overly undisciplined and maybe toward licentiousness when it comes to resting in the Sabbath. But what the Sabbath actually is first of all an acknowledgement that we are not God, that the world needs God to run, but it doesn't need us to run. And so by taking a break, we realize that the world works just fine without us, that we are not God, God is God. Second, the Sabbath is an act of faith that God is our provider, that we don't provide ultimately for ourselves, but we're dependent upon Him. And so it's an act of faith and trust that fences in our work, that says this amount of work is enough, that we are not created to be productive 24/7, and so I can trust God to provide for me, even in taking a day off. The Sabbath is third, a gift to enjoy, a day to refresh and refuel and refocus our soul as we delight in Him, and enjoy the fruits of our labor, enjoy the fruits of our work. That work is not a 24/7 thing, but that we're to take a day off. And then fourth, it's a way that reveals the idols of our heart. So often the drive that we experience in our work is fueled by an unrest underneath our work, a sense of trying to justify our own existence. And it's not until we see Jesus and that He provides rest for the work underneath our work that He justifies us. He declares us right. He is the one. His achievement, not ours, is what makes us righteous in God's sight, that we can truly rest and be productive. The most productive people are the ones who realize that they don't have to be. Jesus frees us to truly be productive. And so as we think about work and as we think about rest, we want to achieve a work and rest balance in a way that fits in with the design that God has created for us. And so I just want to encourage you to lean into that, to have some conversations with your spouse or your roommates on what it looks like to actually rest and take a Sabbath. And if you're looking for more information or more content on that, feel free to download the sermon on iTunes or rockhillcc.org. Thanks. See you guys on Saturday.